Hello, welcome to episode 8, yes, 8 of Surviving in Minecraft. What we're going to be doing today, it's going to be a bit of a strange episode, this, because what we're going to be doing is preparing for what we want to do in the next episode. What we want to be doing is solving or automating a little bit more our food issue. We do have all these potatoes growing, and that's wonderful, but it is a very manual process. And to get that going a little bit more automated, we want to have a look at the forestry farms. Now, the forestry farms have changed a little bit, and we now have multi-block farms. They do have the old legacy style of farms going, but we don't want to be doing that. We want to be doing the new stuff. So for that, we need a carpenter. And what I was thinking is that the carpenter we're going to be used to be making the electron tubes, and we'll probably put the carpenter probably over here because it's going to be reliant on buildcraft power, and is our buildcraft power central, but it also needs water. And probably what we'll end up doing is having an infinite water source with a aqueous aquifer, probably somewhere here, have some pipes and feeding it through the bottom here. Okay, and what I'd like to do is, instead of using all these waterproof pipes, because it's getting a bit difficult because we don't have the cactus, getting the waterproofing is a bit bad, and really we want to start using the more efficient style of thermal expansion type pipes. Now for that we're going to need hardened glass, and for hardened glass we are then going to need obsidian, and we don't have really a lot of obsidian, but we can make it by making a, let's get this right, an igneous extruder. All these complicated names. One of these. So we're going to make a lot of things which are going to be preparing us for the next episode, this being one of them. So let's start without ado. So we're going to be needing one of these pneumatic servos. Now we're going to need one of those for our aqueous aquifer as well, so we might as well make two. So that is just 2 bits of iron, glass and a piece of redstone, so that should be easy for us to get going. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of that, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of that. I'll just get a stack of that because we always need redstone. So we will, let's remind ourselves of the 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, gives us our 2 pneumatic servos. Now this igneous extruder needs a piston on the top, but our aqueous aquifer will need a bucket. And tell you what, just get a stack of iron, and we will be needing some tin as well. Tin, we are, oh, that's not tin, is it? That's refined iron. Get back in your box. Tin. That's tin, yeah, that's tin. Gonna need some of that. So also gonna need some of that, some of that. So let's see, our piston first. And a bucket. And we're going to start needing a couple of redstone reception coils. I believe that's what both of them are using. No, they're not. They're using those servos, aren't they? But we will need these machine frames, so we need the gold anyway. We need some glass as well, so that's going to be another 8 pieces of glass. We've already got the iron for those, so it should be iron in the corners, glass in the centres, and no, them on the outside, which should give us 2 machine frames. Okay, so far so good. So we need more glass. 2, 3, 4. So we need our glass on the sides, 2 of them there. We need that up there, machine frames there, and it was 2. Gives us our aqueous extruder, and put a bucket on the top will give us our aqueous aquifier. And we'll probably need another bucket as well. I think we do have a bucket somewhere. Do see some glass there, so we'll just tidy that up while we're about. Bucket, there we go. So let's see what we're going to do. We will probably put our extruder here, I think, onto a better place, and we'll hook that up to our system. So we will pump the obsidian straight out, and I think what we'll do is we'll probably remove all that. I'll put our obsidian there, so then it's got somewhere to go. And we got some pipes somewhere, I know we do. Got an axe, get back down these stairs. And add that to our putting away system. Now what we should be able to do with this is water comes in one side. Actually, that's one thing we didn't think of, water coming in, and lava. Right, we might need to reposition this. Let's get our wrench. We did have a wrench around here somewhere. Here we go. And a bit of chicken. Yes, so one side is going to have lava coming in, and the other side is going to have actually, this doesn't need power, so it doesn't really have to be anywhere here. It doesn't have to be on this system. So what we might do, let's just check that. No, that's the wrong machine. That's the machine. Yeah, so there's that coming in. So that'll be the water, that'll be the lava, and that'll be the result. But no power at all required, so it doesn't really have to be here. So what we might do is just... might we pop it down here? It would probably be easier if we do pop it down here, because then it's closer to our... closer to our lava. Yeah, what we could do is have that coming up here. That could be our lava coming in one side. We could have our aqueous aquifier. Actually, let's just pick that up a second and fill this in. Right. I'm going to pause the video a second, and what we'll do is I'll have a good think about where we're going to position this, and we'll be back in a tick. Right, we're just making a relay. I told you we'd end up using that red dot wafer. Wasn't to waste, because we have got our stuff sorted, and our transposer gives our relay. And I'll show you what we've got. Before that, let's just make sure we've got our screwdriver, because we probably will need it. Screwdriver, screwdriver, screwdriver. Come on. There it is. Right, I'll show you what we have done. So we've made a hole in the wall here, in the floor here. As you see, there's some walls coming up. And what we've done is we've got our aqueous aquifer here, which is feeding our extruder. That's getting fed by the lava, which is under here as well. And that hole in the floor that we saw, that's where the water's going up, and that's going to feed eventually, when we've got it made, our carpenter, which we're going to need for forestry. So with our relay in like that, that should now start pumping things out. Now what I have done is, so we're not just constantly making obsidian or whatever we're making at the time, I have put it so it needs a redstone switch on. So this should feed out. Have we got it? Yeah, it's pumping out the top. It should go into that relay, which is basically what we have got working here, except I've got the relay upside down, haven't I? It should be that way. There we go. And that's got somewhere to go, because we've got that there. So now we have got the ability to make obsidian on command. Now eventually what we'll probably end up doing, because a lot of this we're going to have to put back in the pulverizer to make into obsidian dust, but for the time being we're making obsidian, and that's weird. If you notice how I've had to put these pipes back on the top, because the glass wasn't going into there without the pipes, but now it's going in the bottom again, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. But I did put the pipes across the top because it just wasn't working without them, but now it seems to be working. So anyway, we'll get some of this out. We'll get this pulverized. And we could do with that poking out the bottom. It's not going to go anywhere, I don't think. It's going to try and go to the side, but I don't think that's going to do anything with it. It'll just collect there, so that'll do for now. And that's going to give us our ability to make hardened glass, which in turn we can make the power conduits out of, but we can also make the liquiducts. Now, we need a carpenter for here, so let's see what is entailed to make a carpenter. Copious amounts of bronze, if memory serves. Well, let us check. Yes, lots and lots of bronze. We need one of these sturdy cases, which is 8 pieces, and then we need another 6 pieces down the side. So all in all, that's a lot of bronze. Now, bronze itself is, let's see how they're making it in there. So it's only given us 2. It used to give us 3 or 4, I think, but I think this great tech is actually nerfing that down for us. Quite kind of it. Can put it in an alloy smelter, but this is the GregTech alloy smelter. So we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, I think, which is going to be copper and tin. Fortunately, tin is one thing we are getting short of. Copper isn't. We're going to have to go on a mining expedition after this, I believe. Let's have a look. So we needed, let's say, we needed 8 plus 6 down the side, so we need 14, and each one of these is going to give us 2, so we need 7. So there we go, 7 bronze, 14 bronze. So we need the sturdy case. I think it was glass as well. Yeah, 2 pieces of glass, which you've got over here. Bronze down the side. Sturdy machine. And we should be able to put our carpenter right there. Now, it does need some of this power, but I really don't want to put it over here. What is going to be the easiest thing for us to do? It'd be cheaper for us to move these water pipes, just to have them coming over here, I suppose. Okay, bugger it, we'll do that. So we'll put that there, and have we still got some waterproof piping on us? Yes, we do. I had to use a lot of waterproof. I had to go and get a lot of flowers to convert into cacti. I think it should be there. Where's our axe gone? I think it should. Nope. There. So. Don't like doing that because it looks messy, but in this case it's just going to have to be done. I don't like that, and I'm going to tidy it up, and I don't want you to sit there while I do it, so we'll be back in a second. Right, okay, got that sorted out a little bit more. What we're doing now is running the aqueous acidifier into the back of the extruder. It runs behind the back of here, under here, skipping over that, well, under that pipe, so they don't clash, and up to there. So we can now have this full of water, and it's also getting power. So now we can start with our forestry stuff. Now, for this to work, it's not this, is it? It's the thermoplatic fabricator, isn't it? We do need one of these, because we need this to make the blocks. But to make the electron tubes, we need a thermal what's it doodle. It's in my test world before when I was trying to see where we can get those pipes laid. Let's go with thermal what's it doodle. Where is it? That's it. Another sturdy casing, which is bronze, and 4 pieces. Yeah, we should be able to sort that out. We're going to need some more bronze though, and that's not going to hack it. We need a lot more than that. Certainly going to have to start doing a little bit of mining off camera. More pieces of gold as well. Okay, that should do us for that. chest, which I think I've got on me. Yes, I do. So, sturdy machine, chest, gold in the corners, I believe it was, and I think it was glass around here. Yes, it was. There we go. And I should just be able to put that down there. Now, this doesn't need any water, but it does need glass, and it will melt that glass down and make the electron tubes for us. Now, the electron tubes we're going to need, and this isn't, as far as I know, in NEI, is these farm blocks. These things, and these don't come up because they are made according to the forestry wiki in the carpenter, which is why we've made the carpenter. So where are we? I'm just looking at the wiki at the moment, and there we go. We need the copper electron tubes for this. So let's suppose the electron tubes. We need the copper ones, which should just be some copper and some redstone, which we've got. Yes. So this should be receiving power, which it is. Just a case of putting our copper in like that, and that gives us our tubes. Now, again, according to the wiki, it's any block we like with 2 pieces of copper, 2 stone slabs, and one of those electron tubes. So we're going to need a fair amount of these electron tubes, because that only gives us the 1 block. So they're pretty cheap to produce. So let's there you go, we've got 20 of them there. That should be more than enough. Actually, the wiki's kind of hinting at the fact that we didn't need the carpenter. It will come in handy though. I'm very surprised we've not needed it by now anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna need a carpenter anyway. Seems to be making a lot of these mistakes this series. But this is why you watch me being an idiot instead of doing it yourself. Because it's more fun watching me being an idiot. So we're going to need some of these slabs. According to this, them there, whatever block we want. Perhaps we do need the carpenter after all. It doesn't seem to say on the wiki that we do or we don't. This page shows the mechanics of the multi-farm structures and how to build them. The farm block is the main structural block of the farm, and because it is a multi-block structure, we need several of them depending on how big you want it. The third layer of the farm must entirely consist of these. The other blocks in the structure are interchangeable with other different blocks in the components, but it doesn't say, it just says crafting. It doesn't say that it has to be the carpenter. But I've tried it in the normal crafting table and that didn't work. and 2 pieces of copper. And the carpenter doesn't seem to be going anywhere fast either. Let me have a look at this and we'll be right back. Okay, we've got this sorted. Me being a bit of a numpty, we had tin instead of, we was using copper instead of tin. So that gives our farm block. Now, again, according to the wiki, we need 3 by 3 by 4. So that should be 9. What, 4 9s is 36, so we should need 36 of these. So we're going to need 36 of these tin electron tubes. Now, can I say tin is a bit of a problem at the moment. So I think we're going to have to go on a bit of a mining expedition before we can continue, because we certainly don't have enough of it there. So let me go a mining and we'll be back when we've got enough tin to continue. Right, we're back from our rather short, in comparative terms, mining expedition. We've only got 6 pieces of tin to speak of, which is a bit poor, to be honest. What we could try and do is over here, I think we do have some of this rich slag, which can, let's get rid of that dirt, can try and triple that output for us. It's got a percentage chance of doing that. I was really saving that for, put it over there, don't we? I was really saving that for the likes of things like gold and things like that, but in this case, okay, we got a fair bit out of it. We didn't put a relay on that, did we? We're going to have to make another relay. Wondered why it wasn't being pumped out, but certainly this isn't going to be enough for all the electron tubes that we're going to need. We said we needed 36 in total, didn't we? At the very least. And that only gives us 23, so we're still a little bit short. So what we're going to do, looking at the time, we're probably reaching up our 30-minute mark at the moment. So I think what we will do is call this an episode, and in our next episode we will have a look at some kind of solution for our mining issue, because that's the bit that's slowing us down at the moment. So thanks for joining us on Surviving Minecraft. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Give us a like or give us a dislike, but if you're going to do that, I insist you give me a comment why, and we'll see you on the next episode, which should be episode 9. So we'll see you then. Bye now.